pencil somewhere. No pencil. I'm gonna show you guys how to build a simple DIY shelf wall. Well, maybe not that simple, but it looks great. Okay, so I'm about to start the panel wall. First, I'm gonna start with putting in the framing, and I'm gonna use 2x4s. We're gonna paint it so it matches everything, because we will have like 3/4 inch gaps in between, and that way when we see it, it's gonna be the fence color and not the pressure treated color. I gotta figure out my shelving. That's gonna be a little complicated. And then I'm gonna start with my panels, which I have Nathan right now, he's staining, and it's a kind of like off-white transparent stain on a cedar board. Okay, so I put up some spacers just to give me a visual, because I've changed this design so many times. It's just more helpful to have that up there. My first frame I'm gonna make out of 2x2s, which are actually 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch. I'm using redwood for this. I'm going to paint them, and the sides are gonna be 12 3/4 inch, which basically replaces 3 of those panels. Oh, I did that wrong. Dang it. So for the inside shelves, I'm gonna use 2x6 here, and that's also gonna be flush with that. We're just gonna line 4 of them up solid. There's gonna be no gap. We're using the barnwood gray, I think it's called, which is like an off-white, semi-transparent on this cedar. I absolutely love these colors. Oh my gosh. Yay. Okay, so we got our boards in. All right, so really loving the progress. Nathan went and got these pots. Over here, we're gonna start with my 1x4s. Basically take them from the outside post, line it up, bring it all the way across to here, and it needs to lock in here. So this is one, we just put this support post in. It actually needs to move over another 1.5 inches, so that way my 1x4 can lock in there. Not a big deal, figuring it out, it's gonna work. So one of our posts is not plumb, the one over there, it kind of like bows out a little bit. So I think we'll see if we cut all of our 1x4s to follow that post as it kind of comes back in like this. I mean, it's not that dramatic. I'm totally gonna notice it. I don't want to take the risk, so what I'm gonna do, find the widest point that we're gonna cut from, and then use that measurement all the way down. What that's gonna do is say this is my 4x4 here, and this is my 1x4 on the top. It's gonna line up perfectly with it like that. As I go down, because the post is kind of a little bit like this, it's gonna overhang from the side like that a little bit, but who cares, because it's the back of the wall, nobody's gonna see it. I think it's the best solution. The other solution would be like, take the post out and make it plumb. It should have just been made plumb from the beginning, but you know, it happens. Can they beep that? I mean, I guess I edit my videos. Can I beep it? So typically I would want to start on the bottom of my panel wall and get that one level, and then just work my way up. But because we did all these boxes, I wanted to make sure that my panels lined up with the ends of the boxes. So we started here and are kind of working our way down. It's a little bit slower, but I don't trust myself to start at the bottom and get it right and then ruin all those boards with nail holes. So it's a little slower, but it works. So those are 16 gauge nails, and that will hold this in pretty much. I said that really confidently. So we are almost there. We got the top beam in to match over here. And then the last thing I need to do is finish the panels. And then the last thing is I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, oh my gosh, I put a 2x4 flat ways, which you can see like this. It's not as strong as a 2x4 going up and down like this. Regardless, I think this should be a 4x4, especially because this post right here is holding the weight of these shelves. And over time, that's quite the span that it might sag a little bit, and I don't want to risk it, because even if this shifts like a 1/4 inch, it's gonna make things look a little unlevel. So, gonna put a 4x4 in, call it a day. And there we have it, a DIY shelf wall. I think it looks so cool behind this fire pit. We use succulents, but you can use really whatever you want to add in these shelves. Let me know if you build something like this or have any questions in the comments. Thanks!